So when I started this channel at the beginning of 2021, I never released a TBR video because there really wasn't many people watching my channel at the time. Well, we're about halfway through the year now, and I decided I'd at least show you guys what I'd plan on finishing throughout the rest of this year. Now I have to say that this is a fairly ambitious list, so I don't even know if I'll manage to finish it, but I've always been someone who prefers to tackle large tasks head on, so I'm confident I'll pull it off if all goes well. But that's enough preamble, let's get right into it. First on the list is, of course, the Year of Cosmere. If you don't know what the Year of Cosmere is, or if you're new to the channel, it's basically a read-through of the entire Cosmere that I started now in July. For the next 12 months, I and all of you great people in the community Discord, link in the description, will be slowly reading through all the Cosmere novels and short stories. This will result in not only a fun read-through where we all discuss the different books in the Cosmere, but will also help me refresh myself on the Cosmere to make better videos for all of you. I plan on making character studies, lore videos, theory videos, and a whole lot more. By the end of the year, I plan to have gotten through the first Mistborn trilogy, Elantris, Warbreaker, The Way of Kings, and also some of the short stories as well. If you'd be interested in joining us in this journey, then check out the Discord link below. So next, I've been craving some proper grimdark for a while, and after hearing about this author from many other booktubers, I decided to dive in with the first lore trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. I've always felt like I enjoy grimdark more than other fantasy subgenres, but it's been a very long time since I've actually read any. The last grimdark series I read was A Song of Ice and Fire, and that was a good 2 or 3 years ago, if not longer. And yes, I've read The Lies of Locke Lamora and its sequel this year, but even that isn't grimdark enough for my liking. I haven't read anything by Joe Abercrombie before, but I've heard a lot of good things, so I'm hopeful that it'll turn out well. And of course, I'll be reviewing and discussing the books on my channel as well, so keep an eye out for those videos. Next on my TBR list would be the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. Another author I've never read, but I've seen recommended a lot on BookTube and the BookTube Twitter space. I don't think this is a grimdark series, but I've been told that the main character goes through hell, and as someone who enjoys Kaladin's arc from the Stormlight Archive, I can absolutely get behind an author who is willing to absolutely test the limits of their characters. And of course, I will be making reviews on this as well. I don't know how much I'll enjoy the writing style, however, since one of my friends told me that Robin Hobb's prose can be a bit slow at times. I've never read her work, so I don't know how valid that criticism is, but even if it is, I can still deal with it. What do you guys think about Robin Hobb's prose? Let me know in the comments. On to the next series I plan on finishing in the latter half of 2021. That would be the Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks. Brent Weeks and this series don't get mentioned very often from what I've seen on BookTube, but the premise got me excited enough to pick this up. Not that I know what the plot is about or anything, I literally just heard it's a light-based magic system, and that was enough to sell me. I've always enjoyed good magic systems, as all of you guys probably know by now, and if Brent Weeks can manage to pull off a well-structured system that makes sense in the world, then I'm strapped in and ready to go. But like I said, I haven't seen it talked about much on BookTube. If you've read this, please let me know in the comments what you thought about it, though I'd ask you to avoid spoilers. If all goes well, you guys may even get a magic system breakdown from me on it once I finish the series. Now to address the big boy on this list. I started reading the Wheel of Time series this year, and I'm about 20% away from finishing the second book. I know it's a large series, and I'm definitely not naive enough to think I could finish it within this year. My goal as of right now is to just get to book 5 or 6 by the end of the year. These books are massive, and I've heard that there's a large part of it considered to be a big slog to get through. I'd like to finish another 3 or 4 books in this series by the end of the year so that I can wrap it up by the end of next year. The Wheel of Time world is one that greatly intrigues me and is one I'd like to make videos on like I do for the Cosmere, but I have to finish the books first. So that's my biggest motivation for finishing the series. I think that the channel is perfectly suited for making lore deep dives and character discussion videos on this universe. So that's the big undertaking for now. Once I finish the series sometime next year, the next big undertaking will probably be Malazan, but don't quote me on that just yet. Now, if all goes well, I'll crush the list of books I mentioned so far, and I will manage to get it all done in a timely manner. However, I do think I might not be ambitious enough, so let's add on to the list. I also have a standalone novel or two that I'd like to squeeze in there. First would be Tigana by Guy Gavriel Kay. I've heard a lot of good things about this book, and since it's only a single book, I think it'll be a very quick yet interesting read to fit in somewhere. Next on my list would be Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. I've never read anything by either author, and I plan on getting more into each of their works at some point, so it made sense to me to make my first introduction to them this collaborative work. I've heard that it's an amazing story, and I've read the blurb at the back of the book and it seems very promising. I'll definitely be updating you all on it once I've finished it. But that has been my TBR for the latter half of 2021. I still have to finish the third Gentleman Bastards book by Scott Lynch, but once I do, I'll be diving full steam ahead into this list. I know it's a fairly long list considering there's at least 17 books in total. Will I be able to finish it by the end of this year? Well, I'll certainly be aiming for it. But even if I don't, this is still my TBR until I finish these books, regardless of how long it takes me. I'll definitely be making a TBR for 2022 though, so if all goes well, then that video will showcase a fresh batch of novels I plan on getting through. But what do you guys think of the books I've mentioned? Are there any you're looking forward to seeing videos on? How many of these have you read already? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're interested in reading any of the books I've mentioned, I've put some links for them in the description. If you do plan on buying these books, please consider using these affiliate links in the description, as it would really be helping the channel out a lot. Anyway, that has been it from me for today guys. My name has been Raven, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care everybody.